Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Felicity here, and in this video I would like to talk about the correlation between the food that you consume and your level of spirituality, because I found out in this year that when you have made progress in your spirituality, in your spiritual journey, and the food that you consume will automatically change, because the body needs to adapt to your soul's spiritual level. And let me give you some background information. How did I find out about this? It started in early 2020. I had a gathering with my friends and we ordered steak as the main dish. And then I was enjoying the food, and I liked the steak very much because it was juicy and it cooked very well. So I was thinking, okay, maybe we needed to come to this steakhouse to consume more steak in the future. And so after that, and the next day, and I suddenly noticed that there is an allergy in my face. It was very obvious because it was in the center of my face, and it was all my face. The skin appeared to be red and swollen, and I was very worried because I had never had this happen to me before. I thought that I had some kind of very weird skin disease. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor told me that it was just some kind of allergy. So after taking some medicine, I became better. And I still had no idea what was the main cause of my skin allergy. And then, of course, I kept consuming meat, and I kept consuming pork and beef. And then I found out that every time, right after the consumption of pork, beef, or lamb, the allergy came back. And so I noticed this. After noticing this, I found out that I no longer be able to consume pork, beef, or lamb. And I feel that this is very strange. And then I find out that it might have something to do with my progress in my spirituality. And I'm not saying that, okay, if you want to be spiritual, you need to stop consuming certain kind of food. I have never imagined that it has something to do with your spiritual progress, because I consume whatever I like, and I never follow some kind of rules, because I feel that we all need to intake different type of food without following certain sayings, certain method. But my skin told me that it is very important that right now, at this point of your life, you need to stop doing that. You need to stop certain type of intake of food. And I think that you do not need to how do I say? You do not need to force yourself to be spiritual. I think that as you walk on this path, and your body will automatically tells you what you can intake and what you need to stop, right? And so as you work on your spiritual path, your body will tell you what type of food is good for you and what type of food is no longer serving you any good. And this is what I have found out. And so of course, some people will say that, okay, if you work on a spiritual path, you need to avoid certain things like alcohol, cigarettes. Of course, you need to stop smoking, and because it is for your health. I think that for alcohol you can still drink certain amount of alcohol, because it is, as long as you're not addicted to certain things, it's all good for you, like chocolate and ice cream as well, potato chips as well. As long as you are aware of the amount that you take every time, it's okay, as long as you're not become addictive to it. But what about drugs? Like some people consume marijuana, right? Weeds, and I do not recommend it, because I interact with people who are long-term addictor of weeds and marijuana, and they always forget about things, like they always forget about where they place the key, and they forget about a lot of things like those. It really intervene your daily life. So I do not recommend taking weeds or marijuana as your escape from the reality. And any type of addictive substance need to be avoided. And so yes, first thing towards your spiritual path is to not let any kind of rules to regulate you. And of course you can have two paths. Like one, first you change your diet, and then your spiritual progress will improve significantly. And second, if you don't change your diet, you are able to improve your spiritual path as well. So after learning certain lesson, after making spiritual progress in your life, and your body will teach you, your body will let you know what type of food is good for you and what type of food is not good for your soul. So always follow what your body tells you. All right. And yes, I also find out that like when I was a child already, I could not intake pork or any kind of red meat. Like my dog is here. My dog is sitting beside me. So when I was a child, every time I try to eat pork, I put a piece of meat inside my mouth, I would automatically vomit, like throw up. I couldn't help it. But because of my parents worry about my intake of nutrition, so they kind of like forced me to adapt to the intake of meat, because in the old days they have no idea how to find alternative or the replacement of the meat, such as the pork and beef. They are not, so they worry about my intake of nutrition. They kind of forced me to adapt to it. So slowly, and I adapt to the consumption of meat. But now at this time of my life, at this stage of my life, I was not able to consume pork, beef or lamb, because I have allergy. When it's very it is very apparent to my appearance, right? I have to adjust. I have to quit consuming certain food. But then when you stop consuming meat, and you have to find some way to replace the nutrition. I didn't know that. I had no idea about that. So starting from 2020, I stopped consuming meat, and then I found out that my skin become very dry, and I had no idea that I need to consume other type of food in order to keep my nutrition going. And so my skin tells me that, okay, I need to consume other type of things in order to become healthy, like make my skin look healthier. But of course I'm not a vegetarian because I still consume chicken, duck, goose, and fish. Yes, I like fish. I like all type of fish and seafood, so I still consume meat. I'm not a vegetarian. But the strange thing is that I no longer be able to intake red meat or pork. But for poultry like chicken, duck, and seafood, I'm still be able to consume. So I'm not so sure when I need to stop fully the intake of meat, but I feel that I'm so happy that I'm happy with the seafood. I am happy with the choices that I have right now. And yes, and now I'm going to show you the substitute that I take to replace the nutrition that I get from beef, lamb, or pork. So now I'm going to show you what I eat instead of pork, beef, or lamb. So every day I make certain that I consume nuts. So I will take 3 or 4 pieces of walnut, okay, and then 1 or 2 pieces of Brazil nuts, and once or twice a week I will take a few pieces of almonds. And then every day I also take pumpkin seeds. So I make sure that I consume some type of nuts every day. And then a few times a week, I'll take the Greek yogurt. Not the Greek style yogurt, but Greek yogurt. So this is from Greece, and I like it very much. And of course, you can add some honey to it to make it more tasty, but then the plain Greek yogurt will do, because if you buy quality Greek yogurt, and it tastes really good. So there's 3 types of brands I can choose from in the city that I live in. So this is one of them, okay. And what else? So yes, a few times a week when I have time, I will make sure that I drink tea. So this is black tea with rose petals, Twinings black tea with rose petal. I like it very much because it got some rose petals, and it smells rosy, okay, it smells rose. So I make sure that when I'm not busy, I will take it every day. When I'm busy, I make sure that I drink some tea once or twice a week. Oops. And I make sure that I consume once or twice a week the avocado. So this is from New Zealand. And I also make sure that every day I eat orange or kiwi. Okay, so this is from the US, I guess. The Sunkiss, I think, yes. And then yes, sometimes for lunch I intake spaghetti. Sorry about the like it looks dirty, but then I sanitize everything after buying some items from the supermarket, because in this day and age you never know who have touched the items, right? So I sanitize it with alcohol every time I buy items from the supermarket. So I like this brand very much. It's from Italy. And of course I mainly consume rice, but then sometimes I would like to consume pasta. And then for cooking, for the oil, I take extra virgin olive oil, I discovered another brand as well. But I think that both brands are from Italy. Yes, and then I also take salmon once a week. Yeah, salmon because it is fatty. If you would like to know different type of salmon, I find out that the salmon from Scotland is not as fatty as the salmon from Norway. So if you would like to take more fatty in your body, you can try the salmon from Norway. But then they taste, I think the texture is different. Like the texture of salmon from Scotland is less fatty, and the texture is tight. Like the texture is tighter. The salmon from Norway includes a lot of fats, and it's very smooth texture with smooth texture. But I like both. Sometimes I buy salmon from Scotland, sometimes I buy salmon from Norway. Yes, of course, do I take local food? Of course, I take a lot of local food. I take different type of vegetables, mainly vegetable from different colors, like tomato, carrots, what else? Beetroots, and green leaf vegetable. And I also take a lot of fruits of different colors, like blueberries, strawberries, figs, and what else? Grapes, peach, all different type of fruits. And so I think, yes, I also sometimes I drink alcohol. I like a cocktail such as mojito, especially good in the summer because it's very refreshing. And I like white wine as well. So I think that you do not need to stop the intake of alcohol, but of course not to overdo it. Okay. Yes, I like ice cream, chocolate, and sometimes potato chips and cupcakes as well. But then I find out that it ate the sugar in cakes or chocolate age you. But of course, if you take dark chocolate, it will be good for you. So I lower the frequency of the consumption of the intake of cupcakes or any kind of cream cakes. I like cakes. What can I do? I think I take cakes once a week. Yes. Okay, so if I know that everything that I feel the price increase, like the price has gone up, like spaghetti. I think all other things, olive oil as well, the price has gone up quite significantly. Like, yes, so what can I do? Luckily, I save and save and save every month, and so I can still be able to buy the food from foreign countries, like the imported food from foreign countries. Yes. Yes, if you come up with other food or other type of food that you think is good for the replacement of the meats, such as pork and beef and lamb. If you find some good alternative, or you can think of some good replacement of food to replace the pork and beef and the meat, please let me know. Yes, I consume tofu as well and beans. You can let me know other way. Yes, because I'm very new to this. I'm not a vegetarian. So if you think of other food that is good for my health, my skin, please let me know. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye bye.